Ladies and gentlemen, in a word, Cher.
You think that's bad? Wait till you see this.
Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon wheel with Tuesday. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Hello, lovelies! Welcome back to Chermoir. I don't know why I keep singing it now. Chermoir, Cher the Memoir, the podcast, part 1.
I'm just thinking about a certain someone that we talked about it not off camera. What are we? Off mic.
Off mic.
Who you were like, shouldn't probably sing.
Oh my God, don't even. Chermoir! I want to fly. We are going through Cher's memoir, which is called Cher, the Memoir, as opposed to Cher the horse. I don't know. Cher, the handbag. Cher, the thing you do with your toys when you're little.
Don't share those.
No, don't share those. My partner is an only child, so yeah. I mean, he's from a country where they were mandated.
It's illegal, yeah.
But yes, we are going through this book, so we should probably find out what happened in the last chapter before we get into chapter 12. Let's turn back time.
If I could turn back time.
So Sonny and Cher have a hit. Ish. In California. Cher hates flying.
She does.
And they lose their luggage, and everyone goes mad over their street clothes.
Yes.
Cher invents Bob Dylan. Then they record I Got You, Babe, and go on tour with the Beach Boys before they go to London and make it big.
Big in London.
So I guess we find out what it's like to be big in the next chapter.
Yes.
Which is where we get our poshnopsis in I'm Cher, I've Always Been Cher.
I'm Cher, and I've always been Cher since I was this big.
Do you regret anything?
Oh, almost everything.
And it's odd because this is the chapter that's called I Got You, Babe.
Yeah, I know.
Not the last chapter.
I know.
Which is about the song.
The last chapter, yeah, I know. Which was Baby Don't Go, which was their minor hit.
Yes.
In California.
So
before you get into it, can I please?
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, the fistula is actually popping as we speak. It's nearly out.
Gonna have to check the out pipe now of the arsehole of my arsehole.
Oh, no. Not the arsehole.
My arsehole.
What's the Jen song? I am the love of my life. I am the arsehole of my arsehole. I don't know why that one popped into my head. I think that was from Marry Me.
Anyway, chapter 12.
Chapter 12, I Got You, Babe. Back in the US, things got wild. Fans screaming, limos, the whole shebang. Yeah, now do a limo? Or was that the limo? Oh, beautiful. They went to parties and met important people they didn't know, including Mika, I can't remember how that was pronounced, but Mika, the wife of Amit, who ran Atlantic Records.
Oh my God, and she does the vaudeville joke.
Which one's the vaudeville joke?
Oh, where she says, did you have it?
I don't think so.
So she was like, oh my God, you're not paying these musicians enough.
Oh, yes. Maybe I do mention that. I'll just keep talking and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mika would, or Micah, whatever her name was, would go around wearing fur coats and giving people raises so they could buy more drugs.
Yeah.
Yes. That's where we are.
Yeah, because she said you need to pay these people more because they're sharing one cigarette.
Yeah, it's not the poor loves.
They used to do that joke on Hey Hey It's Today every week.
Oh my
Dickie
God.
Nee would be like, Mr. Summers, you're not paying the musicians enough. They all have to share the one cigarette.
Oh, God. And it was all Daryl anyway.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And she even gave Cher some fur. She popped it in her boot.
Yes.
She's like, oh, you like this? Oh, yeah.
And Cher would die before wear fur.
Oh, yeah, she wouldn't wear it
now.
now. But back then.
She
wanted it in her boot.
It was
24/7.
24/7 boot fur.
In the boot.
Fur. Not my boot fur.
Not my boot fur. With their newfound fame, their next album was fast-tracked, and even Cher's solo album of covers sped up the charts. So now we know why there was an album of covers that she had done.
We still haven't heard about recording that at any
No,
point.
because
We heard about hanging out
existed.
at Philip Spector's studios.
Yeah, which is not where she recorded it, apparently.
And recording all of the songs that were popular ever, including the Righteous Brothers. She sang on that too.
Not her actual first album.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, that'd be silly. The label were horrified that they weren't actually married. So they put out a press release saying they'd been married in Tijuana. They also told them to change their looks, but they were like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I'm very into these bell-bottoms I invented. Right?
Yeah. There's all these rumours that, this is how they're married and they've just followed them around forever, but none of it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Past Stephanie, Cher's done.
What?
She's done. 3 sentences and we're done.
I would never wear fur. Stephanie, come over.
Yeah.
You wear the fur.
So, Sonny and Cher were asked to appear on the Ed Sullivan Show, which is where Cher first saw Elvis.
Oh,
so that's why we needed that story. It's all coming back, unfortunately.
It's full circle.
Ed had no idea who they were, but knew that they'd bring in younger viewers. Cher describes their outfits and then details how Ed butchered her name, calling her Cher instead of Cher, which I've done about 12 times in this podcast.
Oh, not Cher? I read it as Cher.
No, that's how Stephanie said it was Cher.
Cher, okay.
But let's say Cher, because that's fun. They sang I Got You Babe plus 2 other songs, but Cher felt that they should have been singing their other hits to sell more records. Sonny, however, wanted to show off his songwriting skills. Oh, dear. It's like, I didn't write those songs. I wrote these songs.
I wrote these ones.
So, at the end of the day, not a bad idea, I guess, for royalties' sake, anyway. After this, it was time to move again. Oh, because I forgot that we'd moved 87 times in the last.
She's still only 19.
I know.
Not even 20 yet.
This time, it's into a home that they purchased.
Oh,
so they actually purchased their first home. Cher mentions Ronnie Wilson, an interior designer who once decorated her mother's house with Gilbert, and they became close friends.
Right.
Cher didn't know he was gay. I assume it's because she hadn't invented being gay.
Yes.
Until she was like, now you're gay. I've decided you're gay now.
I've invented lesbians. Now it's time to invent gay.
And you're gay now.
Surely she's already invented gay.
I think she invented gay at a party once.
No, didn't she?
But maybe she hadn't spread it out.
Didn't she invent gay with the lumberjacks under the tree?
Oh, that's true. So maybe she hadn't bestowed gay upon him.
Oh, yes. She hadn't given him gay.
She hadn't decided if he was gay. She's like, are you good enough to be on the little hairy lemon tree?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't inserted your gayness yet.
No. That might be why you're in the trouble you're in.
Yeah, my gayness hasn't been installed properly.
So she decided... She decided, okay, Ronnie, you're gay now. He went on to design 19 houses for her over the years. Which
19?
Which means that we have at least 19 more home descriptions and moves to get through.
All those bathrooms to talk
so many
about.
Bathrooms.
It hurts me.
Even with all the money, Cher still felt financially insecure. She would buy 2 of everything, just in case. Yeah. A trauma response left over from the days of her flappy shoes.
I know. When the flappy shoes came back, I was like, here we are. We're back in...
I reckon she read the meaning of Mariah Carey. It was like, I think I had flappy shoes too.
I'm pretty sure I have flappy shoes. I'm getting some flappy shoes.
Yeah.
But I live in California, so I can't put ice in them.
No.
Sand? Can I get sand in my flappy shoes?
Yeah, go on.
I'll get some sandy flaps.
Anything chafy. Not sandy flaps. I remember I met her once. Good old Sandy Flaps.
I'm Sandy Flaps. Welcome to the stage, Sandy Flaps.
Poor Sandy. She's still wrapping around that pole. Sonny didn't seem to feel the same way about money, though, so he got himself a motorbike.
Oh, dear.
They would only ever do what Sonny said, which was work. No holidays, no dinners out, just work.
Just work.
Cher was so overworked, her virus would often come back. More evidence that Cher was chronically ill with some mystery illness that she never clarifies. I don't understand. Why is she always sick with a virus?
A virus.
Some kind of virus.
I think it's a virus.
So other than getting viruses, something else Cher enjoys is designing a fashion line.
She's very into making new clothes.
Well, she's very
and describing them.
She's very into stealing ideas from other designers.
Shush. She invented fashion.
You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But Sonny wouldn't let her design or wear miniskirts as they would sexualize her too much. And that's his job.
You can't be sexy. You're a teenager.
No, exactly. It's
My
ridiculous.
wife, who's already had one miscarriage.
Now come look at my fingers. Sonny was very jealous, which at the time Cher liked, but now sees as problematic.
Yeah.
Like I liked fur and a controlling husband.
Yeah. And now I don't want either.
No. She recalls the first time she was actually able to wear a miniskirt. The model Twiggy,
my God.
whom I share a birthday with. I would just like to put that out there.
Who invented miniskirts?
Unless it's not my real birthday. It's a little story that happened off camera. And
you don't want to find out you've got the wrong horoscope all this
Well, do you know
time.
what's fun as well? So Twiggy was also the reason the nanny happened. Because her and Fran Drescher were friends, and Fran went over to the UK to do something and took her daughter out for the day.
Yeah.
And just all of the little things she was teaching her child, she was like, this is funny.
Yeah.
Like this really proper English girl and Fran. She was like, it's like The Sound of Music, but I show up.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's the show.
Yeah.
And that's what they pitched. So Twiggy is everywhere.
Twiggy's part of everything.
Absolutely. So she was coming for a visit, and Cher decided to wear a short dress, but with pantaloons underneath to placate Sonny. He's like, I've got my pantaloons.
It's all right. I've got my chastity belt on.
Yeah. I mean, it explains a certain name.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won't use, but could be why. Oh, I know. She's only 19. We didn't do anything. So Sonny and Cher's home address had been printed in a magazine, so fans would show up at all hours.
At all hours.
Knock, knock, it's me.
I mean, the fact that they had a big C and a big S on the
Big-
gate
yeah,
is
it was
probably
a little
not a
bit of
great
a-
idea
bit of a giveaway.
in hindsight.
So Cher hadn't really thought about that until they were showing up. Sonny would invite randoms in and even sign Cher up to write a column for Teen Beat.
Like Alyssa Milano used to
Exactly.
do for Tiger Beat.
It's all coming back. Which she briefly did actually write until they got...
So did Alyssa Milano briefly.
And then someone else stepped in, Brian from HR. But yeah, she got too busy and the staff member took over. Maybe Alyssa Milano was that staff member.
Maybe.
Could have been.
The week that all the answers were gabagool. Bing bang bong.
Gotcha. Forget about it. It's like, can you explain sex to me, Alyssa Milano? It's like, well, this happens and then babada boopay and bing bang bong. And now you have a baby. you eat up. Big. I made a spaghetti.
Why is Alyssa
It's a me, Milano.
It's a me.
She's booked and blessed. She's just really trying to show it to the other charmed cast members that she can still book a gig. She's like, I'm going to be in Chermoir and Christine Lighting in Space and Elsbeth. I'm everywhere.
Yeah. I don't have to do any fucking multi-level marketing over here.
No, see? But one girl, Joey, who was 17, would come to the house to just hang out.
Yeah.
You know, what's hanging out? It's 17, I'm hanging out. One time, Joey came over expecting to see Sonny.
Yeah.
And was surprised that Cher was there.
Oh my God, Cher, you're not Sonny.
No, Cher really didn't think anything about it at the time.
No.
But it was, thinking back, it was a little sus.
It is a little sus, given that Cher was 17.
Yeah. And another
And hanging
17-year-old.
out with Sonny.
And do you know what else is really odd? Cher didn't really care about any of this and decides to take Joey shopping.
Oh, good.
And she's like, and we ended up calling each other Betty. We still do. So I'm like, this person is still in your life, and you never thought to ask, hey, what was that about?
What was going on when you were meant to hang out with Sonny, my not husband?
But, I understand why she didn't mention it, because she needed to describe another Pretty Woman moment and more clothes.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
So I can see where she went, I could delve into this possible pedophilic affair with a person I'm still friends with to this very day.
Yes.
But I did go shopping. I might mention that.
That's
something has to go. I'll get rid of that. I'll keep the shopping. Yeah, you're right. It was
Pretty Woman.
It was another Pretty Woman moment. Cher details some more weird controlling behaviour from Sonny.
Yes.
Not being allowed to wear perfume.
Yeah.
And him saying anything a couple couldn't do together wasn't worth doing. What a regular sentence to say.
What? Anything
a couple can't do together isn't worth doing. Yeah.
What? Like...
So, well, like, don't go dancing, because I don't want to go dancing. And if we're not together doing it, it's probably not worth doing it. I think that's where we're going with it.
Yeah, I don't get
That's
that
a lot.
It completely ruined Sex in the City.
It did. I think as of now, that show
Yeah,
never
Big,
existed.
come and talk, girl talk with us at the bar while Samantha tells us about the last time she got something stuck in her vagina for 12 hours.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, though, that they do a lot of shopping on that show.
They do.
So we won't talk about real things. Like, they talk about how their parents are never mentioned.
No.
I think Miranda's mum dies or something, and they go to the funeral. But other than that, they don't mention, like, siblings or parents. We never really meet them.
We meet a lot of shoes.
You do meet a lot of shoes.
A lot of shoes.
Yeah. And we meet partners' parents when they're meddling.
Yes. We meet a lot of in-laws.
Yeah, but not their... We don't know where these shit shows came from.
Yeah.
It's like, and just like that, we find out that Carrie's name is Caroline, which does make sense.
Yeah.
But it's weird
Yeah.
now. It's like, what? No, we don't need that.
I wanted her to be a Karen.
Yes. Caroline. I think that the man at the bodega was also played by Alyssa Milano. Caroline, boopay. You read to the pasture. Someone was saying Italian is the only accent you can do now, and they're right. Like without people getting mad. Except maybe Jelly Beans and Joey from the Mafia.
I don't think you're allowed to imply that all Italians are in the Mafia either.
No, they're not. Just these, just the ones we're talking about.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, and then Alyssa plays them. She's not the Mafia.
She's not really a Mafia. She's a pretend Mafia.
Just pretend Mafia.
Babada boopay.
And a babada boopay to you.
No, it's babada boopay prego.
Now just a bunch of hand actions. Kneading the dough.
Have I ever told you whenever I sing along to the prayer in the car?
Whose version?
Anthony's.
Oh, okay. Not the Celine Andrea Bocelli.
No. I mean, that does come on sometimes, but I don't sing along to that one. I sing along to Anthony's.
Right.
And because I sing the English bit, obviously, and then when it gets to the Italian bit, I don't really know the Italian words because I didn't get past year 8 Italian. No. I can say open the window, shut the door. So I just start naming pasta dishes.
Of course you do.
Tagliatelle, lasagna, and gnocchi. Like it goes for hours.
Yeah, I can imagine. Did I ever tell you when I interviewed Tim, my inappropriate question was, how much do you hate the prayer? And he was like, no, I love it. It pays my mortgage. Fair.
Yeah, it's the highest selling single ever in Australia.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because, it's the only one that nonnas and teenagers bought.
Yes. What's that? Andre Rieu.
Andre Rieu.
The other one. And Adele. They're the three. They're the big three.
Yeah.
God, where are we? So yeah, and you're not doing it together, it's not worth doing. If you're not making the tortellini together, it's not worth eating. Do you know, that's a warm-up song that I have to sing every time, and I don't know the Italian, but I have to sing the Italian bit.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
So I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I sometimes sing Pastora Solas.
Is it the Eurovision?
Correte conmigo. That's I only know the chorus bit.
Oh, God. It's like us trying to pronounce all Jen's Spanish songs. It wasn't okay.
Really not okay.
Cher wasn't allowed to listen to music either. Not even Jen. Not even J-Lo.
What?
So Sonny wouldn't.
But her job is music.
I know. Don't listen to me. Stop it.
Stop listening to music unless I've written it.
Yeah, in which case it's not really music, is it?
Yeah.
He stopped asking her about herself, having been very interested when they first
Yeah.
met. He was like, "You're interesting to me," but I guess
because you're 17, but now you're 19. I'm bored.
Boring. I'm going to Fountain Gate
to pick up some more teenagers. I want to groom someone new, Cher. I'm bored of you.
Yeah. I'm going to go down to Kinder.
How about your friend Betty?
Oh, yeah,
It's
Betty,
not really
yes. They were invited to a soiree with Jackie O, the former First Lady, not the woman from that horrible radio show, who's for some reason popping up a lot in these last few weeks' episodes. They weren't actually invited to the dinner itself, though.
No, they just had to sing.
They just had to perform. Cher describes her outfit and some alleged silverware that she didn't like.
Oh my God.
No, there was silverware. I didn't like it. They sang their songs and were being hustled out, but Jackie O wanted to chat to them over dessert.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, we're having our Sunday. We can chat.
Yeah.
I love the Cher's like, so how are the kids with the dead dad? You know, like, don't say anything awkward.
I mean, I would have asked the same if I'd met
Right.
Charles after the Diana funeral. Like, how are the boys?
now,
It was so
they're
sad. They were
okay.
so brave at the funeral.
how
A
are
little
you?
mummy thing.
Is Camilla coping? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're chatting to the Jackie O with the dessert and all that. Cher follows all the women into another room when a strange-looking woman told her that she was a pointy-headed beauty.
You're a pointy-headed beauty.
Papa the boopay! I don't even know where that came from.
I don't know either.
No,
you made it up,
I
and it
did.
just keeps going. For the book pay.
The next day, a request from Vogue came in, which is weird because you named the last chapter Vogue.
I know.
Yeah. Hopefully you didn't mess that up.
No. That was
We're good.
Yeah.
They wanted to do a photo shoot at the request of editor Diana Vreeland, the strange-looking woman.
Oh my God,
It's
the
all
Vogue
coming
editor.
around. At least Cher remembered to set this up and pay it off.
Yes.
In the same chapter, at least.
No, I hadn't read this chapter when I did the Vogue.
Oh, that's true. Cher's look was in fashion, finally. Thanks to our girl Twiggy and less traditional beauties like Penelope Tree and Angelica Houston.
I mean, Twiggy started it because she went to visit Cher
Yes.
in a miniskirt.
Yeah.
Twiggy learned miniskirts from Cher.
Yeah.
Cher invented miniskirts.
You're right. Yeah. And probably Twiggy.
I think Cher invented Twiggy.
Yeah, I think so.
And Vogue now.
Yep. Richard Avedon was the photographer and took photos of Cher's naked back.
Oh my God, naked Cher.
Naked Cher back. Which she was concerned about due to Sonny. But
Yes.
Diana moved in and charmed him to death with her
Thank God.
interesting looking mess.
I'm bringing naked back.
Yeah, Cher. So God. You're never going to hear that ever again without
Cher.
shit. I'm bringing sexy back. Cher. The mother boys don't know how to act. Cher. And then it's Cher going, take it to the bridge.
Who loves Cher?
Who loves Cher? Shit. That's so... What's wrong with us?
What is wrong with this podcast? Why do we keep doing it?
I don't know. No one's asking for it. So...
Neither of us have asked for it. It just keeps
No, it
going.
just keeps happening. Cher asked Richard, the photographer, if she'd ever appear on the cover of Vogue, and he said, without
Oh, no.
light hair, or light eyes, it would never happen. But when it did, he was one of the first to congratulate her.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
For making a liar out of me.
For bleaching your hair. And she's like, Cher. We get some more names. Princess Margaret.
Princess
Of
Margaret.
the Crown fame. I can't speak
Helena
anymore.
Bonham Carter.
Yes.
Or Leslie Manville.
Yes.
Oh, this would be... No, this is the 60s. Oh, it's Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, it's the first one. She was fun.
Loved her. She was so good.
So Vanessa Kirby was coming to the US. Cher. And asked Sonny and Cher to perform. She asked Sonny and Cher to perform. It wasn't their normal crowd, and it was a disaster.
Oh, no.
No, the acoustics were so bad that it all fell apart.
Yes.
And I have to write this out. Peter Bogdanovich,
Oh, yes.
a man Cher will later really dislike, but already kind of dislikes.
Yes.
I love she's foreshadowing her dislike of him while also talking about why she dislikes him.
I think he married Sybil Shepherd for a while.
Why is she back?
I don't know.
Far out.
He became a film director, Peter
There's
Bogdanovich.
8 people in Hollywood and Cher knows all of them.
All of them, yeah.
So he gave them a scathing review.
Yeah.
Because halfway through the set, Princess Margaret asked them to be turned down because she had a bit of a headache. Oh, my head hurts.
Oh, my gin's wearing off.
Yeah, this is too loud.
These aren't as good as I thought they'd be.
Peter then, afterwards, wrote an article about them. And it was one of those ones where you, like, spend the day with kind of thing.
They sound tedious.
They do. Cher wasn't speaking much, but Peter asked to go shopping with her. And I mean, how could she say no?
I can't say no to shopping.
It's shopping.
I can't say no to shopping.
I'll be able to describe the outfits in the article.
In fact, I've decided to call it Shapping.
Sure. And I invented it. So...
Older than satin.
Cher... Oh, God. Jeez. Cher saw someone while they were out who was physically debilitated, and that made Cher sad.
Aww.
But Peter wrote that Cher was grossed out by them, which is not what she meant, but also, have they tried being athletic?
It's overcoming any disability.
It is hard to be on Cher's side when we've read this book and we know how she talks. Yeah. So I get why he might have been like, she was disgusted and ran away.
Yeah.
Threw her shoes at them. She's like, they need shoes. Throws shoes at them and runs away. It was a gift. It was a gift. Cher. Afterwards, Cher wasn't allowed to do any more interviews.
No.
Which obviously not forever, because we've had some wonderful interviews with Cher.
Many, many wonderful interviews.
Since then. Cher talks about a gig at the Hollywood Bowl and describes their outfits.
Yeah.
If you want the outfit descriptions, you need to read the book. I'm not doing it. Grandpa Roy, he's back, even came along to find his new child bride.
Is it the 17-year-old that Sonny's got his behind on?
They should be old. Does she have a daughter?
Is she in high school? Too old.
So one, oh God, why
I'm not going for a swim with anyone who's in high school.
Why is there so much pedophilia in this book?
Don't know.
Grandpa Roy, so he said, one night a girl started pulling at Sonny's shoes while they were performing. But that's where he hid all his money.
The money's in my shoe. This moment.
My money's in my shoe. And he had to fight and dance backwards to get away from her. He did lose one shoe, but thankfully not the one with the money. I think this is important because clothes.
Yes.
That's why Cher was like, oh, I went shopping and got shoes. Girls now, at this point, had started dressing like Cher and being overwhelmed by fans.
Yes.
Cher broke free of this like little hustle that was like tussle was coming together.
Yes.
She's like, I'm going to break free because everyone's dressing like me and it's weird. So she ran backstage where a security guard mistook her for a fan and decided the appropriate action would be to strangle her to death.
Yep.
Like, this is actually bringing up a big issue I have with security guards.
Yes.
Which is you don't have free reign. Yes, you're protecting someone else.
Yes.
But your job isn't to attack anyone you think might be a problem.
No.
Like, you don't just knock people over because they're trying to get through a door that you're in front of.
Yes.
You know, like, yeah, okay, you're maybe a club, and so that's a little different. But if you're protecting Cher...
Yes.
And she's shopping because she likes to do that.
Yeah.
I might also just be shopping.
Yes.
And if I want to go into the store and have a Pretty Woman moment.
Yes.
And you punch me in the vulva.
Yes.
I don't know why I have one of those, but for this story I do.
For this story,
I'm very rich. I got one.
You bought one at the shop.
That's not okay. That actually is just assault.
Yes.
And that has always shat me about security guards.
I think you can sue them if you want to.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be able to.
Yeah.
Surely. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I know.
So I'm glad that we got to talk about that. I'm glad Cher gave me the space.
When were you punched in the vulva at the shops?
Not yet, but it will happen.
Okay.
I'm preempting.
Show me on the vulva where you were punched in the shops.
Well, I was dubbing something off. You know?
Oh yeah, that's always a very expository moment when you're being dubbed off at the shop.
Yes, absolutely.
You don't want to get punched.
Well, that's why I got the vulva, so I can dub a few things at once. You know?
You can dub things on both sides of the tape.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, front and back.
wonderful. It's A side and B side, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
So Cher's dead now, anyway. Also, oh no, I just had a thought. What if Cher dies before we finish this book? I'm knocking on wood. She'd just be like, I invented death. Cher.
It's called Chef now.
Cher. I'm so sorry, your friend shied. Doesn't make any sense. It's late. We've lost our minds. We've still got Christian Lardy to do.
Oh my God.
You know, it's going to be wild. Cher, at this point, gets starstruck by Tina Turner, because that's where we are now.
Yeah.
She was dead on the sidewalk. Now Tina Turner's here.
Yeah. I was being strangled, and then I saw Tina.
And Cher also doesn't do drugs. I guess that was part of the thing she wanted to mention.
Yeah, she doesn't do drugs.
Having never been political previously, we're changing subject again, Sonny decided to release a statement condemning the use of marijuana,
Oh no, Sonny.
which made them look like part of the establishment and lost them their younger fans.
Yeah.
And all of their sales dropped.
Yeah.
Cher wanted to point out that she didn't do drugs, but she was like fine with them. Like, I'm totally cool with them. We probably shouldn't even talk about them, Sonny.
Yeah.
William Morris moved them after this from the musical concerts department to the personal appearance department.
Oh no.
Which Cher describes as the first nail in their coffin. She didn't know what a coffin was at that point, but now that she's invented death, she does know.
She's the boss of coffins.
She puts her bag in them. That's my coffin now. Sonny became moodier after this, which Cher thinks was partly due to abusing prescription meds. Much less damaging than the pot, said no one ever.
No.
Like, it's like, I don't like drugs. Give me my
Where's my
medication.
Quaaludes?
Yeah. So,
You shouldn't be taking acid. Where's my Quaaludes?
Sonny's a lot, let's be real.
Yeah.
Cher gifted Sonny with 12 leather-bound notebooks, one for each month. Which I guess she also invented leather and the calendar.
And yet months.
Hoping he'd write this, well, because she invented the Caesar haircut of his, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Julian calendar or whatever. Cher gifted Sonny with the books and hoping that he'd write his thoughts and feelings in them, which he did.
Yes.
He'd wake up to share these musings and leave them around for her to find. So he'd wake her up and leave them around for her to find. She'd sometimes write responses and felt that this communication was far better than any they had in person.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining she wrote, Cher after each.
Who loves Cher?
Who loves Cher? Me. Years later, Cher was shown an entry from the 60s in which Sonny praised Cher, calling her his stabilizer, his generator, and his reason.
Oh.
So that's nice. And she didn't know he felt that way.
I want
Probably
to be
'cause
a
he threw
Cher
it.
narrator.
Oh,
too.
yeah. A shareabilizer. a sheer reason.
Shreezen.
I just wish that he'd found a way to communicate those things in between throwing up against the wall.
Yeah.
Telling her not to listen to music or wear perfume.
Yeah, and rooting other 17-year-olds.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you've only got so many hours in the day.
No, it's busy. It's a very busy time.
So,
I want Cher to release her own brand of wine.
what would it be called?
A Shiraz.
I think she did invent turning water into wine.
I think she
So-
did. Yeah.
She'd probably do that.
Yeah.
What other share-based wine
I
puns
don't know.
are
It just
there?
came to me when you said
Chevrignon Blanc.
Chevrignon Blanc. Shannon Blanc.
So Shiraz.
Chardonnay.
Blanc, Chardonnay. Shello. Merlot. Cher.
Hello.
What else? What other wines are there?
Then we'll end up in the Spanish ones and the French ones. We here for days.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Well, if Kylie can do it, so can Cher.
Yeah.
But yes, that does bring us to the end
That is the
of
end.
chapter 12.
Oh, the end of the chapter 12. End of the 12.
12 minute,
notebooks.
12 inch.
The 12 minute 12 inch. The 12 everything. Which means
12
we
years
need-
old. Yeah.
Oh, don't. Grandpa Roy was there.
He ended up going home with this chapter. It's like, I like that one. It's 12.
It's older than your grandmother. Oh dear.
It's my professional opinion.
It is time to get our professional opinion
Yes.
on how we felt about this chapter. How did you feel?
So what I've written is that I love the more personal moments, like the journals.
Yes.
That was actually a nice moment.
Yeah.
But I do feel that every second chapter drops just a little.
Yeah.
She'll do... Chapter 11 was quite exciting.
Yeah.
And then chapter 12
Names.
Yeah. And then chapter 12 was just kind of more of that. Kind of almost like, I forgot these stories. I'm going to put them in 12. Filling in gaps that I don't know if they need to be filled. So I've gone for a 7. I've dropped a little bit to a share.
I get you. I found this kind of bittersweet.
Okay.
Because we saw them find fame in London.
Yes.
Now they've come back to America and we're getting the ugly side of fame.
Yeah.
Like there are people turning up at the front door.
Yes.
Wanting to hang out with Sonny when they're 17. So we got success and sadness kind of all in one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing a concert, this old pedophile turns up.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like two of the most famous people in the world.
No.
When you're reading it. It's very day-to-day of...
Yeah, like you go, oh, you've got your initials on the fence.
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
At your house. That sounds expensive, but then the house is... Everyone knows where it is and they're all turning up. You're performing for Princess Margaret. It's a fucking disaster. And there's a guy there saying horrible things about you. And it's,
And it got all pointy head.
Yeah. Although, Pointy Head was, a kind of nice moment. You had the Jackie O, but then you're getting thrown out. But then you get called back in because Jackie O wanted to be
you're not really welcome.
Yeah. It's kind of feeling like an outsider, even though you feel like
you're with all these very well-known people.
Like it's name dropping.
But I wonder how many of those people felt the same.
I think we all feel like outsiders at some point. Yeah. I think that's the thing. Like that's, I'm going to get weirdly philosophical now.
Oh no. Are we talking about Celebrity Splash?
Yeah. No, I just feel like there's everyone in the world at the moment is trying to make everything us and them. Yes. Like everything's turning into like a binary position of it's us and them. It's me versus that person. That person's wrong. I'm right. When in reality, we all are on both sides. Yeah. Like we are someone else's them.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's fine so there's no such thing as us and them. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Well, even to bring it back to our good friend Alyssa Milano, there was an interview with James Woods going around who's quite on the right side of politics. Alyssa is quite on the left. And during one of the wildfires, she had horses trapped. Yes. And she was struggling to find how to get them out. And so he runs some kind of non-for-profit or something that helps people do these things, whatever it was. And so he helped them and got the horses out. And someone was like, oh my God, I can't believe you helped her. And he's like, she's a person. Yeah. Like, why would I not? Yes, we disagree and we argue but this is a human being. If I'm not going to help someone in a moment of need, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah. And it was a really fair point. Yeah. I was like, absolutely.
And that's the thing I'm finding weird about our discourse at the moment. It's like, oh no, if you're not with me, you're against me. Yes. And it's a really...
And it's coming from the top.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
That is terrifying. But I feel like it's kind of permeated everything. Like, even down to fandoms. Like, like, you would have seen
Have you seen the Gaga Beyonce stuff at the moment?
No.
Like Beychella versus Gaga Chella. Yeah. Gaga has all these great reviews. Beyonce also had great reviews, but they're all arguing. Yeah. The one was better than the other. And they were very different.
What about,
and wonderful.
What about Telephone? They did it together.
They're fine.
They're fine.
It's very
odd. But you would understand.
Although, I mean, obviously we're not talking about fandoms or anything. Like, don't come for us.
But no, you would understand from being a Charmed fan because there's a huge rupture in that fandom. Like, and it's big.
I wonder whose side I'm on.
But there's also a big, the same thing in Doctor Who. It's like, it's been going for over 60 years. So there's people who are like, it was terrible when it went into colour. It was terrible when it went to Disney. It was terrible when there was a woman in it. It was terrible. It goes on and on and on. But I feel like we're no longer able to go, look, I don't agree with you, but I prefer this one. But we've lost that.
Absolutely.
We argue like 10-year-olds. It's like, nah, it's shit. Yeah. There's no in between shit or amazing.
And it's shit and you're bad and I hate you.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's not, I think it's kind of shit. But
it's like, I don't really like it. It's like, well, that's fine. We can still be friends.
Yeah. Well, it's like, when Sex and the City, the movie came out, the first one, everyone thought it was amazing. Yeah. If you watch it now, it's not so much. Good. If you watched at the time the second one came out, everyone hated it. If you watch it now, it's highly problematic, but not really more so than the other ones.
Yeah, it has two of the funniest jokes of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of which is why is Liza Minnelli here? I think that when there's this many gay men in a room, she manifests.
Yes.
Yeah, and when the attractive man comes walking through the sand dunes and Samantha says, oh my God, Lawrence of my labia.
Yeah, oh God, yes. And it's like, people forget that in the first movie, Charlotte would only eat pudding and crapped herself.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't highbrow and suddenly
No.
not.
In fact, shitting herself is the funniest moment in that
Yes.
movie.
And the second movie...
And the funniest moment in the new series is when she gets her period.
Yes. In the second movie, I felt like the characters actually had something to think about for the first time, which was like what, Carrie was dealing with life after getting what she thought she wanted. And is it what I want? I'm like, that's actually more interesting as a character arc than, Shoes.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, no, but the second one sucked because everyone said it sucked. I'm like, well, they all kind of are a bit shit, but we still love them.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay.
Characters are still the characters.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, but this is a huge diversion. I was
So am I,
exhausted
guys.
after this chapter.
Yeah.
But I did love the light and shade. I love that there was an attempt to show us the ugly side of fame. So I'm giving it an 8.
Okay.
I know.
Staying consistent.
Yeah. They're never getting up to like what
No.
I used to call infinity.
Yes.
But it's, they're still entertaining enough.
Yeah. And I think, we haven't got to turn back time. We haven't got to believe. Like,
That
that's
won't even
surely...
be in this book.
No, probably not. But by the time, hopefully, this one is... We're halfway through, roughly.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over.
I'm looking forward to the half-breed era.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of Gypsy Tramps and Thieves.
Goodbye, Sonny. I'm on my own now.
Also, the TV show.
Yes.
It was one of my favourite things in the world.
But knowing us, knowing Cher, she'll be talking... They'll get to the TV show, she'll be like, the sandwiches on the set.
They had a lot of guest stars. She'll be name dropping
That's true.
out to the wazoo.
Who loves Cher?
And I get turned back down. So this is where we say what we would do differently. There's not a huge amount I would change here, to be honest, because I loved the light and shade, the sadness, the happiness. What I would probably do is maybe have a little more judgment in the moment where you're talking about Grandpa Roy saying, Jackie Jean, it's just like you were always meant to be kind of thing, which is just like, I feel like you've given him this triumphant moment. And he went for a swim with an 11-year-old girl and then she had a baby.
That he dragged around the country.
Yeah, and then he got in trouble for rooting someone else's kid later on.
Wasn't there a secret baby somewhere?
Yeah, there's... Like, I don't think he deserves a triumphant arc to his story. Like, I get it. It's trying to paint that from these humble origins come this superstar performing at the Hollywood Bowl. But
another
I don't
man
like
getting
it.
away with it, whereas all the women, she kind of does judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
She hasn't done the work.
She needs to do the work.
Yeah.
The shirk, if you will.
The shirk. So, yeah, I probably would have done something about him in that moment. I would have given him a comeuppance or have, Georgia say something to him.
Yeah. Snap out of it. Snap him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up, Dad.
Yeah.
You made me dance on a bar for 17 cents and then tried to gas me.
Yeah. At least my daughter is famous.
Yeah.
Right? Mine is in a similar vein.
Yes.
Mine is that I feel like there wasn't enough descriptions of outfits. And so I probably would go back and put like 75 more. Sprinkle them. We don't even know what Grandpa Roy was wearing.
We don't know what Grandpa Roy was
ridiculous.
wearing. Yeah.
And if you could rename the chapter, what would your rename be?
I'm renaming this one after my favourite Irene Cara song. This is Fame. Or it could be the David Bowie one. But I'd prefer the Irene Cara.
Yeah, no, Irene Cara.
I'm camp after all.
My rename, it's incorporating the mispronounced name, being Cher instead of Cher. And it is Cher. I can't. Cher wears fur. It's really hard to say. Cher wears fur.
Cher wears fur.
Cher wears fair.
Fair share.
Cher wears fur.
Fur share. Fur share or fair share.
Cher wears fur. Cher wears fur. Yeah.
Cher wears fur.
But you know what? I'm a little itchy. It's the tits on my back.
Let's shake them on.
If I want to put my tits on my back, it's nobody's business but my own.
All right, tits on my back, where we find our favourite Cherism. Did you have one that stuck out to you immediately, or do you have 43?
I have one.
You have one. Yeah. I only have one as well.
Okay, they're got to be the same one.
They possibly are.
All right. Shall I?
Yeah, go.
The bill was more than I thought anyone could pay for anything, but it was worth it to see the look on that bitch's face. Was that yours?
That was not mine.
No! Oh, well, there you go.
Vaguely referenced mine.
Okay.
The items I was ogling were platinum and worth a fortune. Not that this meant anything to me, as I didn't much like them.
Yes, yeah. I didn't like them.
Like, she was at a platinum heiress's house,
know.
so everything was made of platinum. It's like, oh, there's a lot of silver. Oh, that's platinum? Yeah, I don't like it.
No, it's not nice. Yeah, it was a lot about the money, I think, in this.
Yeah, a lot about the money, a lot about the materialistic.
Yeah, it's the pretty
bits.
woman. Or again, we're pretty womaning again.
We pretty womaned a lot. Dude. And also
I got a vulva halfway through this
you got a
chapter.
vulva.
I don't know why.
I don't understand why we need so many descriptions of clothes. Like, I get that was her thing.
Yeah, I could imagine why when it like comes to music videos and stuff, why she might be like, that really famous outfit.
Yeah.
Here's how it came together. But I don't know why she's describing Sonny's tie.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's a lot. And his many furry jackets.
Yes, and she preferred his to hers.
Yeah. Oh, then that guy stole the jacket that they had the fight about.
Yeah.
There was a lot of weird shit going on.
There's a lot of
all right, let's get into the fluff and crap.
Yes.
Fluff and crap.
So, do we have any fluff or crap?
Just stream my music, please.
Yeah, stream
Possible Prince X.
If he gets to 1,000 streams, he'll get a cent.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
So if you're listening to
shopping
this on Spotify, just turn on Possible Prince X and wander away from the computer. You don't have to listen
Perfect.
to it.
That sounds good. Unless you buy also, you don't have to listen to the vinyls. Just buy the vinyls.
Oh, you buy the vinyl.
And I'll sign them.
Yeah.
And say whatever horrific thing you want me to say.
And then you can give it to someone as a gift.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Excellent. All right, we'll have more Christine Lardy in space on Thursday. And I think this week we are having the changeover.
Yes. Hang on.
Yeah.
That's my last one.
So we're
showrunner.
We're swapping over. It's your last episode for the block.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back soon for more Chermoir. It's chapter 13. I'm surprised she's put it in the book.
I know. My building doesn't have an apartment 13.
Yeah. Like,
interesting.
Don't you skip it? Like, normally they skip it.
Well, Cher was like, what's that blank chapter? I better write something about some descriptions of some clothing.
Yeah, it's an entire chapter of clothing descriptions.
Yeah, and singers she likes.
And she gets through half a sentence before handing to Stephanie.
Yeah, poor Stephanie has to make up the rest.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye, lovelies!
Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon Wheel with Tuesday. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Glitter Plus.